So welcome back. This is lecture 4 of Profits and Gains of Business or Profession, PGBP for CMA Intermediate, December 2022 attempt. Okay, so we'll continue from where we left. So we have to start with scientific research. Okay, so today we have to start with scientific research. Okay. So first thing is, what is scientific research? Okay. So what is scientific research? So it's an activity for extension of knowledge in the fields of natural or applied science. Includes agriculture, animal husbandry, and fisheries. So basically, we are talking about an inclusive definition here. Okay. So here we are not saying that scientific research is just research on agriculture, animal husbandry, and fisheries. Okay. Animal husbandry is where you cultivate animals. Okay. So that is animal husbandry. Fisheries is where you cultivate fishes. Agriculture, you all know. So it says knowledge in the fields of natural or applied science. Okay, including these three, right? So basically, in scientific research, what comes in the purview of scientific research are many things. Okay, anything where you are doing something for extension of knowledge. Okay, and it should be a sustained effort. That's called as scientific research. Scientific research basically हम किसको बोलते हैं, जहाँ आप कोई सस्टेन्ड रिसर्च करते हैं रेगुलरली, कुछ साल तक कुछ आप रिसर्च करेंगे, उसमें पैसा लगाएंगे और उससे कुछ डेवलपमेंट होगा, कुछ नई चीज सामने आएगी आपके. ठीक है, राइट? देयर आर टू मेन टाइप्स ऑफ scientific research. One is your in-house research. Okay, it is research done by SSC himself, is called in-house. As you can see the name, in-house means research done by the SSC himself. Okay, second what would be the second? Through outside institutions. Okay, here you are, what you are doing is you are paying money to the outside institutions. Okay, and those are institutions which are specialized in scientific research to be used for scientific research. Okay, so first one is, again, when we talk about scientific research from a taxation point of view, section is section 35. Okay, there are two types. One is called as in-house research. Okay, research done by the SSC himself, and it should be in connection with his business. So in-house research doesn't mean any research which he is doing in connection with someone else's business. Okay, so it has to be in connection with his own business. Second, of course, is research through outside institutions. Fine. Okay, these are your two main categories of scientific research. ठीक है, हमने ये दो चीजें देखी. सबसे पहले हम बोलेंगे जिसको हम इन हाउस रिसर्च बोलते हैं, जब आप खुद रिसर्च करते हो अपने बिजनेस के लिए. ओके, दूसरा है कोई बाहरी इंस्टीट्यूशन को आप पैसे देते हो रिसर्च के लिए. ओके, इन हाउस जो आप कर रहे हैं वो आपको डिडक्शन तभी मिलेगा जब इट इज इन कनेक्शन विथ योर बिजनेस. ठीक है, नहीं तो नहीं मिलेगा आपको, अदरवाइज यू वोंट गेट डिडक्शन. ओके, सो नाउ चलिए दोनों को एक एक करके हम देखते हैं. लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ इन हाउस रिसर्च. ओके, so in-house research, there are two ways of research. Okay, you can incur revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Correct? अब दो टाइप का एक्सपेंडिचर आप ये कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, साइंटिफिक रिसर्च में जो कि आप इन हाउस कर रहे हैं, या तो वो रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर होगा या कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर होगा. करेक्ट, राइट? सो इसमें, so let's take revenue expenditure first. Now here, either you can do the expenditure after commencement of business year or before commencement of business year. Correct? So if it is after commencement of business, okay, then deduction is allowed in the year in which expenditure is incurred. So basically, हम क्या बोल रहे हैं, अगर आप इन हाउस, हम बात कर रहे हैं इन हाउस रिसर्च की अभी, राइट? सो इन हाउस रिसर्च वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर, right? And if it is incurred after commencement of business, normally all revenue expenses which you have after commencement of business and which are related to business, they are debited to P&L account. Okay, right? So that same will be the case for scientific research expenditure. Okay, so it will be allowed as deduction in the year in which expenditure is incurred. Fine. Okay. Now this is after commencement, means of after commencement of business. Now what about expenditure incurred before commencement of business? Okay, इसमें जो है दो पॉइंट्स है। पहला तो ये है कि और ये है रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर, ठीक है, बात कर रहे हैं रेवेन्यू नेचर के एक्सपेंडिचर के, बट इट इज incurred बिफोर commencement of business. Okay, now in scientific research, you start your scientific research normally before some years of starting your business. Okay, you do some scientific research and then based on the result you will start your business. Okay, so before commencement of business, one thing is important, that it should be certified by the prescribed authority. Okay, so revenue expenditure which is certified by the prescribed authority incurred during 3 years immediately before commencement of business. 3 years immediately before commencement of business. Okay, so यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं before commencement of business, your in-house research revenue expenditure incurred before commencement of business. Okay, so one condition is it must be certified by the prescribed authority. Okay, one condition is it must be certified by the prescribed authority. Okay, and incurred during 3 years immediately preceding the commencement of business. Fine. तो यानी आपका बिजनेस चालू होने के 3 साल पहले तक जो भी आपने रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर किए हैं, ओके, फॉर साइंटिफिक रिसर्च, वो आपको डिडक्शन मिल जाएगा। कब मिलेगा? You will get deduction in the year of commencement. Okay, you will get deduction in the year of commencement of business, right? Now question is, will you get all revenue expenditure? Answer is no. You will only get salary of employee engaged in scientific research excluding perquisite. Okay, anything which comes under perquisite, that you will not get. Apart from that, you will get everything. Okay, the salary of employee engaged in scientific research and purchase of materials used for scientific research, these two revenue expenditure are allowed. ठीक है, revenue expenditure में that too before commencement of business. Okay, but you see here, after commencement of business, okay, all types of revenue expenditure is allowed. Okay, after your business is commenced, but before commencement of business सिर्फ दो है। इनको हम शॉर्ट में हम क्या बोल सकते हैं? You can just say, like we normally use in costing, you can just say purchase of materials for scientific research. ये क्या है आपका? Nothing but material. Okay, salary of employees nothing but, in short, you can say labor. So scientific research personnel, for them you won't use the word labor, right? But हम जिस हमारे ease के लिए हम बोल रहे हैं, क्या आपको मिलेगा बिफोर कमेंसमेंट ऑफ बिजनेस? क्या दो डिडक्शंस मिल रहे हैं फॉर रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर्स? लेबर एंड मटेरियल एंड लेबर. ओके, राइट, ठीक है, एंड इट मस्ट बी सर्टिफाइड बाय प्रिस्क्राइब्ड अथॉरिटी. ओके, तो ये हमने अभी बात किए थे, वी टॉक्ड अबाउट रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर. ओके, सो व्हाट अबाउट कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर? विल गो टू कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर. ओके, again, one is after commencement of business. So after commencement of business, any capital expenditure other than land. Okay, so it's basically any capital expenditure other than land for scientific research. What you will get is here 100% deduction. Okay, complete deduction you will get. But what you will not get is land. Okay, and when you will get, after commencement of business you're incurring, So you will get it in the year in which expenditure is incurred. ठीक है, ये स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है. दिस इज करेक्ट. आफ्टर कमेंसमेंट ऑफ बिजनेस यू विल गेट एंटायर कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर अदर देन लैंड. आपने लैंड परचेस किया हो तो वो नहीं मिलेगा, बिल्डिंग मिल जाएगा. ओके, लैंड नहीं मिलेगा. ओके, अदर देन लैंड यू विल गेट एवरीथिंग. राइट, 100% डिडक्शन इन द ईयर इन विच एक्सपेंडिचर इज इनकर्ड. व्हाट अबाउट बिफोर कमेंसमेंट ऑफ बिजनेस? जब हमने देखे थे स्टार्टिंग में, वी हैड सीन दिस. करेक्ट, capital expenditure other than land again. Okay, so capital expenditure other than land during 3 years immediately preceding the year of commencement, same as we have seen in revenue expenditure. ठीक है, so basically this is before commencement of capital expenditure incurred before commencement of business. Okay, of course related to own business, अभी भी हम किस में, इन हाउस में ही है हम. ठीक है, राइट. सो कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर इनकर्ड 3 years immediately preceding the year of commencement. Okay, 3 years immediately preceding the year of commencement. Again it is other than land. ठीक है, लैंड का आपको नहीं मिलेगा. दिस इज अलाउड इन द ईयर ऑफ कमेंसमेंट. वहां भी वही था. ठीक है, और इसको एक बार हम समराइज करेंगे. उससे पहले यहाँ पे इस पॉइंट में ये बोला जा रहा है आपको कि इफ डिडक्शन इज अलाउड फॉर कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर, नो डिडक्शन अंडर सेक्शन 32. ठीक है, यानी आपका 32 क्या है? सेक्शन 32 इज व्हाट? डेप्रिसिएशन. करेक्ट. सो आपको अगर कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर को डिडक्शन ले रहे हैं, यानी आप बेसिकली यू आर टेकिंग 100%, ये 100% डिडक्शन मिल रहा है आपको, राइट, फॉर कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर. सो यानी आपको डेप्रिसिएशन पूरा एक साथ आपने ले लियो, इसके बाद फिर से डेप्रिसिएशन लेने का तो क्वेश्चन ही पैदा नहीं होता, राइट. ओके, और ये लास्ट पॉइंट ये है कि इन हाउस रिसर्च विच इज not for a in-house research for a purpose not related to own business, no deduction. So in-house research में condition है, it must be related to own business. ठीक है, ओके. आप किसी को भी, किसी कोई बाहर का पर्सन को भी आप अपॉइंट कर सकते हो, दैट्स ओके. ओके, इट इज व्हाट दे आर सेइंग इज रिलेटेड टू ओन बिजनेस. जरूरी नहीं है कि आप अपने ऑफिस में रिसर्च करवाएंगे, अपनी फैक्ट्री में करवाएंगे, ऐसा नहीं. ओके, लेकिन रिसर्च होना चाहिए आपके बिजनेस से रिलेटेड, भले ही बाहर हो रहा हो. ओके, और इसमें देखिए ऐसे कोई कंडीशन नहीं है कि आपको कोई सर्टिफाइड पर्सन हो या कुछ ऐसे, इसी को आप उसी के थ्रू आप रिसर्च करा सकते हैं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. ठीक है, यू कैन गेट इट डन फ्रॉम एनी साइंटिस्ट. ओके, सो चलिए फिर एक बार फिर से हम देखते हैं इसको. इसमें क्या हमने देखा? वी हैव सीन scientific research we have started today, right? So scientific research means any research, okay, you are doing for a reasonably long period of time, okay, for so that you can reap the benefits for a certain number of years. Okay, there is an inclusive definition here. We have seen includes any agriculture, animal husbandry and fisheries. इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि सिर्फ एग्रीकल्चर, एनिमल हस्बेंड्री एंड फिशरीज में जो रिसर्च है ओनली दैट वी आर ट्रीटिंग एज साइंटिफिक रिसर्च. नो, ओके, इट इज इंक्लूडिंग दिस अपार्ट फ्रॉम अदर थिंग्स. ओके, राइट. सो होगा साइंटिफिक रिसर्च. इसमें दो चीजें हमने देखा. वी हैड इन हाउस रिसर्च एंड रिसर्च थ्रू आउटसाइड इंस्टीट्यूशंस. करेक्ट. सो इन हाउस रिसर्च वुड बी, इट मस्ट ऑलवेज बी इन कनेक्शन विद द बिजनेस. ओके, तो इसमें जो है, जैसे आप यहाँ देख रहे हैं, रिसर्च डन बाय द एसएससी हिमसेल्फ, यानी एसएससी खुद पैसा लगा रहा है उस रिसर्च में. ओके, ये रिसर्च के लिए ही कैन हायर एन आउटसाइड साइंटिस्ट. ओके, ही कैन हायर अ आउटसाइड साइंटिस्ट फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ हिज इन हाउस रिसर्च. ठीक है, ये ओके, ही कैन हायर अ आउटसाइड साइंटिस्ट. ठीक है, वो चलता है वो. लेकिन इट शुड बी, मेन कंडीशन, इट शुड बी इन कनेक्शन विथ हिज ओन बिजनेस. ठीक है, and it should be done by assessee himself. Himself means देखिए, अब बिजनेसमैन है, उसको इतना तो नहीं मालूम होगा कि वो पूरा साइंटिफिक रिसर्च कर ले. Okay, so he'll basically get the help of others. Okay, but basically he is going to run it himself. The research activity is going to run it himself, as opposed to he's paying an amount to an outside institution. ठीक है, paying an amount to an outside institution. अब वो कर रहे हैं, जो करना है वो पूरा अपने ढंग से कर रहे हैं, इसका कोई, ठीक है, तो ये इसका कोई डायरेक्ट इंटरवेंशन नहीं है, तो वैसी चीज इसमें नहीं आएगी. ओके, दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, पेइंग टू एन outside institution where they are doing it fully by themselves, that will not come in this. Okay, बस इतना ही है कि इसमें ये बात आपको समझना है कि ये कुछ लोगों को हायर वगैरह कर सकता है, लेकिन ही कैन हायर सम आउटसाइड पीपल एंड ऑल. ओके, फॉर हिज इन हाउस रिसर्च. ठीक है, तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बेसिस में भी ही कैन हायर. फाइन, सो दिस इज इन हाउस रिसर्च एंड रिसर्च थ्रू आउटसाइड इंस्टीट्यूशंस. अब हमने देखे पहले इन हाउस रिसर्च. ओके, इसमें पहला क्या था? इट वाज रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर. इन दैट देयर वाज टू थिंग्स after commencement and before commencement of business. Okay, there were two things for revenue expenditure. And revenue expenditure, we know that in the year when it is incurred, you can directly debit the P&L for any revenue expenditure. Okay, and this is related to business also, right? So it's allowed as deduction in the year in which expenditure is incurred straight away. Okay, there's no problem with this after commencement of business. Okay, the same thing I'll just show you in capital expenditure. Say after commencement of business, again, same thing. Okay, here also you can see it is in the year in which expenditure is incurred, you will get 100% deduction. Okay, that is full will be deducted. Full expenditure will get deduction for it for capital expenditure also, which is of revenue, which is done for in-house research. Okay, राइट. और इसमें जो है बस इतना याद रखना है, लैंड को नहीं मिलता है. ओके, फॉर लैंड यू डू नॉट गेट, दैट्स ऑल. ओके, तो ये हो गया आपका आफ्टर कमेंसमेंट ऑफ बिजनेस. दोनों रेवेन्यू एंड कैपिटल वी हैव सीन इट इज सेम, यू विल गेट फुल डिडक्शन. ओके, नाउ बिफोर कमेंसमेंट ऑफ बिजनेस. ओके, so before commencement of business, what we saw is following expenditure certified by prescribed authority. So before commencement, revenue, you have to get it certified by prescribed authority, and you will get for 3 years immediately preceding the commencement of business. Okay, 3 years immediately before the commencement of business, you will get deduction in the year of commencement. Okay, we have an example for this. Okay, there you will exactly understand where the year should end and all that. Okay, so that's why I'm not repeating it here. Okay, so revenue in-house research, revenue expenditure before commencement of business, 3 years immediately before commencement, you will get deduction in the year of commencement. For what you will get? Labor and material. Labor basically is salary of scientific research staff. Okay, just for ease we have written as material and labor, because in costing we are used to saying material and labor, so you will remember easily. That's why. Okay, labor is salary of scientific research staff, and material is material used for research. Okay, research material basically. ठीक है, तब यही चीज अब कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर में हम जाएंगे, विल गेट द सेम थिंग. ठीक है, अब हम जाएंगे कैपिटल रिसर्च में, आपका यही पॉइंट रहेगा. 3 years immediately before commencement of business, you will get in the year of commencement. Okay, so let's go down and see. Here, this is before commencement of business. Okay, for capital expenditure again, other than land. Okay, capital expenditure, you will not get land, right? And during 3 years immediately preceding the year of commencement is allowed in the year of commencement. This is how it is very very similar. ठीक है, कैपिटल में बस याद रखना कि लैंड आपको नहीं मिलेगा. ओके, फॉर बोथ कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर यू आर नॉट गेटिंग लैंड. ओके, विल गेट एनीथिंग अदर देन लैंड, यानी इवन बिल्डिंग भी आपको मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, राइट. एंड देन no deduction is allowed in previous year if you have taken now if you have taken deduction for this capital expenditure part, है ना, आपने 100% पूरा इक्विपमेंट का ले लिया, डेप्रिसिएशन एक साथ ले लिया आपने 100%, करेक्ट। सो फिर से आपको ये मिलेगा क्या, section 32, that is your depreciation, will you get it again? No, there is no question, correct? So you will not get depreciation. Okay, or then last point what we saw is in-house research for a purpose not related to own business. Okay, so in-house research में एक condition बिल्कुल दिमाग में आप बैठा लेंगे कि in-house research for a purpose not related to own business जो है ना, इसमें आपको कोई डिडक्शन नहीं मिलेगा, ठीक है। आप बाहर से कोई एम्प्लॉय को हायर करके ला सकते हैं टेम्पररीली, ठीक है, कोई साइंटिस्ट या किसी को शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए इसके आप ला सकते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको खुद करना है, क्योंकि देखिए लॉजिक है, आप खुद करोगे कैसे, यू आर नॉट एन एक्सपर्ट इन साइंटिस्ट, राइट, बिजनेसमैन आर नॉट एक्सपर्ट इन साइंस एज सच, so they will need to get some professionals of that field, correct, and then they will not work for them fully, correct। जब रिसर्च का काम हो जाएगा, उनका काम हो जाएगा, इनका डे टू डे वर्क इज कमर्शियल, राइट, दैट्स नॉट रिसर्च वर्क, so which is why they can hire people or they can get services on contract and all that, वो सब वो लोग कर सकते हैं, बाहर से ला सकते हैं, लेकिन ये नहीं चलेगा कि आगे हम देखेंगे कुछ चीजों में आप पूरे जो एस्टेब्लिश्ड जो ये है इंडस्ट्रीज है, साइंटिफिक रिसर्च के एसोसिएशंस को आप पैसे दे देते हो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, ठीक है, आप करो, वो अपने हिसाब से करते हैं, ओके। सो वो फिर अपने हिसाब से जो है ना करेंगे, जो जहां उनको जो करना है उसमें वो रिसर्च करेंगे, सो दैट इज नॉट अलाउड हियर, ठीक है, बस वो याद रखना, राइट। यहाँ पे बस इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट याद रखना है, जब हम प्रॉब्लम करेंगे ना और क्लियर हो जाएगा आपको, once we do the problem it will be clear। Purpose if not, just remember this thing, if there is a purpose not related to own business, then there is no deduction at all, okay, for in-house research, okay, and in your factory you are doing research for someone else, okay, for that you will not get deduction। चलो ये हो गया हमारा, we have talked about the first thing here, which is in-house research, okay। Sections, it's not important, it's enough if you remember the main section, which is 35, utna sufficient, okay। Other than that, the other subsections and all you need not remember। Section 35 is good to remember because it's one of the more famous sections, ठीक है। तो चलिए in-house research का हो गया, revenue and capital, then in in-house research there is a special category, okay, we are going to talk about that now, okay। In in-house research we've got a special category, ठीक है। So this particular section is also a part of section 35 only, okay। Here we are talking about again in-house research and development only, okay, incurred by certain companies, so this is for certain companies, okay। So what these companies are, I'll tell you, right। So अगर इन दो कंपनी की बात आ जाती है कि स्पेसिफाई किया गया, राइट, सेक्शन इज स्पेसिफाइड फॉर दीज टू, सो इफ these two companies are doing in-house research and come to this section first, okay, don't go directly to the previous section, और अगर ये सेक्शन एप्लीकेबल नहीं है तब आप वहां जा सकते हैं, ओके। ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि इसमें अगर उनको नहीं मिल रहा है डिडक्शन, ये कंपनी वो जनरल सेक्शन में नहीं जा सकती, ऐसा नहीं, okay, because there is a they have been given a special section, they'll first go to this, okay, try for deduction here, so here, so what are the companies here, okay, let's see, this is applicable to the companies engaged in, there are some special companies, okay, there are two types of companies only basically, one is business of biotechnology, ठीक है। तो बायोटेक्नोलॉजी जो है ना, क्या करते हैं, अभी फिलहाल में बायोटेक्नोलॉजी का बारे में हमने बहुत सुने होंगे, राइट। सो जो लोग वैक्सीन्स वगैरह बनाते हैं ना, पीपल who manufacture vaccines, ठीक है. So any से कुछ भी बैक्टीरिया या वायरस, ठीक है, इसको सब जेनेटिकली मॉडिफाई करना, ये टाइप के जो काम है, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज बायोटेक्नोलॉजी. ओके, राइट. सो बेसिकली they build vaccines and all. You can say they are related to medical field, ठीक है, but they are more on the research side. ओके, तो ये इसको बोलते हैं बायोटेक्नोलॉजी. ओके, फाइन. सो जो हमारा जो वट एवर वैक्सीन वी गॉट, कंपनी जो आपका आधार पूना वाला की जो कंपनी and all that, they are all biotech companies. Okay, they are called as biotech companies, biotechnology. So अगर biotechnology आ गया, okay, scientific research, then just go for this section. Okay, second is manufacture or production of any article or thing other than 11 schedule items. ठीक है, 11 schedule items are what? They are low priority items. ठीक है, so other than low priority items, if you are in the manufacture or production of any article of thing, then you can use this section. Okay, only these two types of business can use this section for scientific research. ठीक है, तो ये बिजनेस ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजी और बिजनेस ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चर. ओके, बायोटेक्नोलॉजी एंड मैन्युफैक्चर. ओके, these two can go for this section. और इनका क्या कंडीशन है, लेट्स सी. ठीक है, so again it should be in-house scientific research and development facility. Okay, including capital expenditure. और यहाँ पे आप देखोगे ना, अदर देन कॉस्ट ऑफ लैंड और बिल्डिंग बोला है. ओके, सो हियर यू वोंट गेट बिल्डिंग ऑल्सो. ठीक है, अगर इसको हम देखेंगे, वी विल ट्राई टू एग्जामिन दिस. ओके, ना कंडीशंस टू बी सेटिस्फाइड. ठीक है, एक्सपेंडिचर टू बी इनकर्ड इन हाउस साइंटिफिक रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट फैसिलिटी, हिज ओन साइंटिफिक रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट फैसिलिटी. ओके, इंक्लूडिंग कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर. ठीक है, तो यानी इसमें ये सेक्शन में अलग अलग करके नहीं बताया, दोनों का आपको एक साथ बता दिया गया. दैट्स ऑल. ओके, both you have been clubbed and shown what is to be done. Okay, so other than cost of land or building, land or and building both you will not get. Okay, facility should be approved by secretary, department of scientific and industrial research. So यही है जो पहले हमने prescribed authority बोले ना, it is the same. Okay, secretary, department of scientific and industrial research is the prescribed authority. Okay, right. So facility should be approved, यहाँ पे बोल रहा है ये. ठीक है, अब हर एक का अप्रूव्ड फैसिलिटी नहीं रहेगा, अगर नहीं है तो क्या करेंगे, यू कैन गो टू फर्स्ट दैट सेक्शन. ठीक है, if you are not getting in this section, then go to that section. ठीक है, SSC must enter into an agreement with the prescribed authority. ठीक है, so you must enter into an agreement with prescribed authority for what? For cooperation in such research and development facility. So if you know, if government wants to know whether you are really doing research and development, what kind of research you are doing, okay, you will have to cooperate. Okay, you have to allow government people to come and verify if required. Okay, so cooperation करना है, और क्या क्या whatever findings you are getting, whatever cooperation the government requires, you have to give. Okay, then fulfills conditions of maintenance of accounts and audit and furnishing of reports. ठीक है, तो इसमें आपको ज्यादा डिटेल्स नहीं बताना है, जस्ट से fulfill conditions of maintenance of accounts and audit and furnish reports as prescribed. Okay, so ये है आपका, this is the requirements for this section. ठीक है, अगर हम देखें फिर से. ओके, ठीक है, so expenditure shall be incurred on in-house research and development facility including capital expenditure. ठीक है, So capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, both you will get, and but it should not be land or building. Okay. Second is approved by Secretary Department of Scientific and Industrial Research. Your facility must be approved by him. And then last is enter into an agreement. Okay, enter into an agreement for cooperation. Okay, and you should fulfill accounts and audit related condition. That's all. ठीक है, कुछ ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है, but इतना ये सब चीज बस करना है. Okay, here. And normally in this point, what will happen is, if your facility is not approved facility, then you might fail under this section. Okay. So deduction is 100% again here. ठीक है, तो इसके बस ये 3 conditions याद रखना है, right? Conditions not satisfied, then deduction is available. The above 2 are available. ठीक है, and again, if deduction is allowed for capital expenditure, then no depreciation. ठीक है, okay. So ये हो गया आपका. This is basically your in-house research and development facility. Okay. So then, or this is basically for your two main types of companies. Okay. Company is biotech company and your manufacturer company. Okay. We're talking about biotech and manufacturing companies. Okay. सिर्फ इसके लिए, it's only for these people, right? And now last one is research through outside institutions. What we studied till now, in-house research. Okay, now we are going to study research through outside institutions. Okay, so here also deduction is 100%. Okay, so here, whether here the thing is, you can pay whether it is related to your business or not. Okay, you can pay whether it is related or not. Now there are 3 things here. Okay, first is again, first thing is like, don't worry about sections. Okay, sections ko chhod do bilkul. Yeah, right. So any payment to national laboratory or a university or IIT or a specified person, these names should come. Okay, the word national laboratory or university, IIT, specified person. And what is the purpose? Scientific research under program approved by prescribed authority. Okay, this is one. And second one is any payment made to notified research association or to an approved university. Okay, the university name is here also, approved. Any payment made to a notified research association or to an approved university, college or institution. Okay, this should be for scientific research in general or research in social science and statistical research. Okay, and then any payment to an approved Indian company. Third one is approved Indian company. Okay, so it's payment to an approved Indian company. Main object of that company should be scientific research. ठीक है, और यहाँ किसके लिए दे रहे हैं आप? साइंटिफिक रिसर्च के लिए. तो इसमें हमको क्या देखना है मैं बताता हूँ आपको. ठीक है, what you should see basically, see when it is given as if it is given as, sometimes they will give us social science or statistical research. Okay, that is their only point in point B, this one. Okay, so it should be notified research association, approved university, college or other institution. Okay, they will do social science and statistical research. Okay, if social science and statistical research is asked, then you just have to look for notified research association, approved university, college. Okay, these things you have to do. But when it comes to scientific research, there are many things. Just scientific research, if they say, it can be an approved Indian company. Okay, main objective scientific research. It can also be this one, which we use for social science. Okay, और आपका ठीक है, it can be in number one also, but in number one there is a specific thing, program approved by specified authority or prescribed authority. ठीक है, first one, there's one specific thing, program approved by prescribed authority. Okay, and this payment is what national laboratory में क्या क्या आता है हम देखेंगे नीचे, but you just have to look for the keyword national laboratory. ठीक है, if you get national laboratory, that is good enough, or IIT. ठीक है, IIT or university specified person. Anyway, you know that if they say he is a specified person, तो देखने की जरूरत नहीं आपको, correct? They are themselves saying he is a specified person, right? So here now this national laboratory, what all things come. Okay, scientific laboratory functioning at the national level. Okay, under Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Indian Council of Medical Research, इसी को बोलते हैं ICMR. ICMR का बहुत नाम आपने सुने होंगे कोविड के टाइम पे, राइट? ICMR यूज्ड टू कई चीजें देते रहते थे बीच बीच में उन लोग रिसर्च में, और बीच में ICMR का आपको याद होगा तो बाबा रामदेव के साथ भी बहुत बीच में प्रॉब्लम हुआ था, करेक्ट? सो दैट वाज आल्सो विद ICMR. ठीक है, it's the top medical research body of India, right? So Indian Council of Agricultural Medical Research, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. ठीक है, ये सब नाम है. डिफेंस रिसर्च एक बार देख लेना है बस. Just see once. Department of Electronics, Department of Biotech and Department of Atomic Energy approved as national laboratory by prescribed authority. ठीक है, तो ये सारे नाम आपको याद नहीं रखना. They will give you the word national laboratory. That is enough. Look for that. National laboratory अगर है, इसका मतलब ही अगर national laboratory है, then it is automatically approved by prescribed authority. तभी वो national laboratory होगा. Okay, right? So बस इतना ही देख लेना. तो ये भी दिया रहेगा आपको basically that scientific research under program approved by prescribed authority. This will be given. Okay, ठीक है, तो national laboratory आगे कुछ सोचना ही नहीं. IIT, national laboratory, these are top most research bodies of India. Okay, ठीक है, so ये है. And then university वगैरह जो था ना, जो college, university, college, institution approved as per guidelines notified by the सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. ठीक है, तो इसमें कोई भी यूनिवर्सिटी, कॉलेज, इंस्टीट्यूट, ये कॉलेज वॉलेज किस में आएगा आपको बताया था मैंने. जस्ट लुक फॉर स्टैटिस्टिकल रिसर्च और सोशल साइंस और जस्ट साइंटिफिक रिसर्च इफ दे आर गिवन विदाउट एनी अप्रूवल एनीथिंग, जस्ट साइंटिफिक रिसर्च. ठीक है, तब आपको यू कैन टेक डिडक्शन अंडर दिस ऑल्सो, यू कैन टेक अंडर दिस ऑल्सो, एंड यू कैन टेक अंडर दिस ऑल्सो इफ नेशनल लेबोरेटरी और IIT इज गिवन. ठीक है, क्योंकि ये ऑटोमेटिक ये वैसे ही प्रिस्क्राइब्ड है. ओके, यहाँ पे आप देखे बिना भी ये दो चीजें जो है ना, ये नाम, ये प्रिस्क्राइब्ड चीजें ही है. दीज आर ओके, दीज आर प्रिस्क्राइब्ड लेबोरेटरीज ऑलरेडी. ठीक है, टॉप बॉडीज इंडिया के, दे आर टॉप साइंटिफिक बॉडीज. देन लास्ट थिंग इज certificate specifying the amount of donation shall be issued. ठीक है, when you have given a donation you should take a certificate. ठीक है, राइट? सो अदर पॉइंट देखेंगे हम. इफ सब्सिक्वेंट टू द पेमेंट मेड अप्रूवल ग्रांटेड इज विथड्रॉन. ठीक है, आपने पेमेंट कर दिए, ओके, देन द अप्रूवल वाज विथड्रॉन आफ्टर दैट, तब क्या होगा? यू विल गेट डिडक्शन. ठीक है, यानी आप पेमेंट करते वक्त दे हैड अप्रूवल, राइट? दैट इज सफिशिएंट. Okay, and unabsorbed capital expenditure can be carried forward for unlimited years like unabsorbed depreciation. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे भी राइट अनअब्जॉर्ब्ड कैपिटल, ये है क्या कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर? ये आपका डिप्रिसिएशन ही तो है ना, जो आपको एक साथ मिल जा रहा है. अगर 100 रुपए आपका एसेट है with 10% depreciation, you will get 10, 10, 10, 10 for 10 years, correct? This is, so you are getting what? You are getting the cost of the asset, right? So if the whole thing deduction is given together, still it is depreciation, but you are getting at a much better terms and conditions, right? Everything you are getting together. So which is why unabsorbed capital expenditure can be carried forward like unabsorbed depreciation. ठीक है, amalgamation में क्या होगा? We all know it will apply to the amalgamated company. ठीक है, for all succession related companies, wherever succession, यहाँ पे देखिए सिर्फ amalgamation का बात किया गया है, इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि demerge में apply नहीं होगा, ऐसा मतलब नहीं. Okay, so it will apply to all succession things. Okay, like amalgamation, demerger, okay, succession, all those kind of things. ठीक है, चलिए, so ये हो गया. So now this is our first thing which we have done. Okay, so now we'll go to this problem. इसके लिए I need, I'll take you to the study material for this problem. Okay, okay, so this is the example. So let's read this. ठीक है, so here your doubts about your dates and all will be solved. Okay, from when to take the date, 3 years before commencement of business, how to take it, all that. Okay, this company is commencing production on 16/8/2021. Okay, it incurs the following expenses relating to scientific research. Okay, we have to find deduction under section 35, that is scientific research deduction. ठीक है, all these are, each one is different. ठीक है, सारे लाइंस अलग अलग हैं, राइट? सो चलिए देखते हैं. पहला तो ये देखेंगे, विल सी what is the date of commencement of production, 16/8. So we should know whether it is after commencement or before commencement, correct? That we should know. So that's why this date is important. 16/8, this is 18/8, right? 2 days after commencement, so it is post commencement. And he has paid an amount to an approved university for research in social science. Okay, purpose is very important, is non-business. ठीक है, तो चलिए इसको देखेंगे हम जाके. इतना तो हमको मालूम है कि that if it is an approved university, correct, you can pay to outside institution. Okay, even if it is non-business, that is okay. So non-business is fine. So let's say paid to approved university for research in social science. ये देखिए, सी द मिडिल वन. ठीक है, सो ये जो है बिल्कुल फिंगर टिप्स में रहना चाहिए. दिस थिंग स्टेबल शुड बी इन फिंगर टिप्स. जैसे पूरा ऐसा याद करने की जरूरत नहीं, यू शुड जस्ट बी एबल टू, है ना, कौन सा कहाँ है ये बस हमको एक आइडिया आ जाना चाहिए उसका. ओके, so here we should just get an idea of how to catch these items. Okay, so here see, point was approved university, correct? We said research in social science and statistical research. Okay, for this only this line was applicable. ठीक है, इसमें क्या क्या है, जो नोटिफाइड रिसर्च एसोसिएशन, अप्रूव्ड यूनिवर्सिटी, अप्रूव्ड कॉलेज और अदर इंस्टीट्यूशंस। ठीक है, अप्रूव्ड यूनिवर्सिटी, कॉलेज और अदर इंस्टीट्यूशन, तीनों भी अप्रूव्ड है बेसिकली। ओके, तो ये है, ये यानी पढ़ने वाले जो भी चीजें हैं ना, वो याद रखना, आप वो याद रख लेना। रिसर्च इन सोशल साइंस एंड स्टैटिस्टिकल रिसर्च will be done in colleges and universities, like that you can remember. ठीक है, so it comes in this point, so we'll get 100% deduction. Okay, now next, first let's see this date, 15/10 है, 15/10, this is 16/8/2021, correct? So this is also after. Here what has been paid to a scientist is not the employee of the company, that is fine. ठीक है, मैंने जैसे आपको बताया था कि it's not essential that the person whom you are using for research is an employee of the company. That's not essential. Okay, but it should be done in your in-house facility. Okay, so here paid to a scientist, अब यह है business purpose, correct? Purpose is business, right? So in-house research, basically this is in-house research. ठीक है, in-house research में what do you get? You get in revenue expenditure, you get material and labor, correct? This is labor, so fine. ठीक है, कुछ नहीं समझा तो आप पूछ लेना, you can stop me if you don't understand anything. Now see the name, national laboratory इसका will always come for the very first section. Okay, so here again see it is 16/8. See the date first. Okay, you will understand whether it is pre or post. This is also after 11 is November, correct? So you have paid to an approved national laboratory. So it's fine. Whatever purpose, can be business, non-business, you will get full deduction. Okay. So इतना भी बोल दिया आपको, approved national laboratory is good enough for you. ठीक है. It means that it has the required approvals. Okay. चलिए, these three हो गए, तो all three you are getting deductions, correct? All three. Let's see the fourth one. This 15/12, ठीक है, ये भी again this is after this date. Then यहाँ क्या, purchase of land and building for in-house research. ठीक है, you have purchased land and building for in-house research. ठीक है, so land and building for in-house research, basically you will not get what, क्या नहीं मिलेगा हमको, ये land नहीं मिलेगा, right? Will not get only land, correct? दिखाओ एक बार, I'll show you once. ठीक है, we'll just go little up now. Okay, this was in-house revenue expenditure. This is capital expenditure, correct? And here you had this. This is the capital expenditure after commencement. So this is the point that we are considering there. Okay. Other than land, you will get 100% deduction. Okay. So here total amount given is what? Now it's in-house research, so it must be related to business. That was important. If this was non-business, then you would have not got anything. Okay. So यहाँ पे, yeah, from 5 lakhs is the total amount spent. Cost of land is 1.5 lakhs deducted. So 3.5 lakhs will be your is the expense which you will get. ठीक है, understood? अच्छा, नेक्स्ट देखेंगे, ये डेट है हमारा, डेट के साथ पहले कंपैरिजन कर ही लेना बिल्कुल, ठीक है? Just see whether your date, whether it is pre or post, just for that. Okay, before commencement of production or after commencement of production. So this is again after commencement. All these are after commencement. Purchase of car for to carry research workers. इसमें मिलना चाहिए कि नहीं मिलना चाहिए?
मिलेगा सर।
मिलेगा?
यस सर।
हाँ, इसमें मिले. क्यों मिलेगा? ये तो डायरेक्ट रिसर्च वर्क नहीं है. क्या क्यों वाई? अगर जस्टिफिकेशन पूछे तो क्या लिखेंगे?
Sir, other than land, that's the reason, sir.
No, this is not that. Other than it comes, car is other than land, no? So that is fine. But this is incidental to research work. So what justification will write? Purchase of car to carry research workers is incidental to research work. Okay, and it is capital expenditure. Okay, so you will get fully. Okay. Okay, next देखेंगे हम. Next one is what is the date range? See here, your date point will get cleared. ठीक है, यहाँ पे आप देखोगे ये जो डेट वाला जो है ना, ये क्लियर हो जाएगा. See here, this date is 16/8/2018 to 15/8/2021. Okay.
Before commencement.
ये है before commencement. Correct. Okay, this is before commencement because you are ending say one day before 16/8. So this is how your before 3 years will be calculated. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं वो 3 साल कैसे कैलकुलेट होंगे. Production is commenced on 16/8. So go one day before, that is 15/8/2021. Now you have to calculate 3 years ending at 15/8. So that will be from 16/8. Year will be like that always, right? 5th to 4th of next month, yeah, 8th to 7th, है ना, ऐसे रहेगा. Middle में जब year आता है, right? So when year will be there in the middle, it will be like that. Okay. So this is 16/8/2018 to 15/8/2021. These are exactly 3 years before the commencement of production. Clear? ये clear है ये point सबको? These are the
Yes,
3.
sir.
And if we go, अच्छा अगर हम 16/8 से और पहले चले गए तो अगर मैं बोलूं 15/8/2018, if I say on 15/8/2018 he has done capital expenditure of 5 lakhs on 15/8/2018, तो क्या ट्रीटमेंट होगा?
डिडक्शन नहीं मिलेगा सर.
गुड, देयर भी डिडक्शन नहीं मिलेगा. ठीक है. So if if you go above this, before this time, before 3 years, you will not get deduction even for capital expenditure. Okay. So here now, year till year. ठीक है, तो ये पूरा सेम डेट रेंज है हमारा. ठीक है, दिस बिटवीन 3 years immediately before. So let's see capital expenditure including cost of land. How much will be the value? इसमें वैल्यू बताइए कितना
4
वैल्यू?
लाख सर.
4 lakhs, sir.
4 lakhs. गुड. ओके, अच्छा. नेक्स्ट मटेरियल, और मटेरियल में कितना आएगा? हाउ मच मटेरियल?
3 लाख सर.
ओके, गुड. व्हाट अबाउट सैलरी?
2 लाख.
2 lakh. और अगर इसमें if perquisite was given 50,000, then perquisite 50,000.
Suppose you said
Less
not done,
than-
sir.
Sorry, Madhu,
So
Repeat.
perquisite will not form the part of salary, right? In this chapter you said it before, right?
Yeah, it will not form. Correct. So that's what I'm saying. If perquisite given is 50,000, then what will you take?
1,50,000.
1,50,000.
Correct. Okay, good. So then next जो है perquisites provided to research personnel.
Nil.
Nil.
Yes, sir.
क्यों?
Sir, it will come. So it's incidental. Am I right?
Incidental.
Yeah, given to the research workers, right?
Yeah,
Like a car.
it is incidental. That's right, but it is specifically excluded. Okay, let's see. ठीक है, let एक last वाला देख लेते हैं पहले. Other revenue expenditure का क्या होगा? What about other revenue expenditure? I'll show both.
80,000 that होगा deduction.
80,000 deduction.
Yes, sir.
ओके, तो यहाँ पे हम ये देखेंगे. So this is all revenue expenditure, correct? ये जो from material till other revenue expenditure, this is all ये सारे revenue में आएंगे, correct? So all of these are revenue. Okay, so we'll just go and check the revenue part of table. We'll check the revenue part. ठीक है, ये okay, capital, before that is revenue. Okay, so after commencement is fully available. Okay, so if it was after commencement, तो आप perquisites भी ले लेते, ठीक है, अदर रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर भी आप ले लेते. ओके, अगर वो आफ्टर कमेंसमेंट होता तो, if it would have been after commencement of business, then you would have taken both of these. But now before commencement, see, this is a express condition. Let's see what it says. It says following revenue expenditure certified by the prescribed authority incurred 3 years before commencement of business. Okay, you'll get deduction in the year of commencement, labor and material. And just if we go down, the condition is not written here. Yeah, here itself. So basically, here itself, they have specifically stated that you can take only labor and material. Okay? Where the law specifically states that only this is allowed, then we cannot take anything else. So for before commencement of business, strictly take labor and material only. Okay. But if it was after commencement of business, तब कोई problem नहीं था. Even you could have taken perquisites and other revenue expenses also. ठीक है, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, so then ये हो गया हमारा. Then चलिए अब एक दो ही रह गए. Last 2 points. See, this is 1/4/2018 to 15/8/2021. So basically, in the last point we saw that, see, this was starting from 16/8, right? Earlier one. And we knew that this is exactly 3 years, this range, correct? This was exactly 3 years before commencement. अब यहाँ आप देखिए ना, ये 16/8 से एक दिन पहले खत्म हो रहा है. It is this period.
2018, sir.
It is basically, this period is ending at 15/8, 1 days before your 3 years period. Okay, it is starting whenever it starts, that's of no use to us. It is ending at 1 day before the 3 years period. Okay, so what will happen is capital expenditure or for revenue expenditure. ठीक है, what will we take for capital expenditure?
Nil, sir.
Not allowed, no, sir.
Yeah, And what about this salary?
Both names.
Both the one are not allowed, my sir.
Okay, these two are not allowed. And so what about this? Now see this date range. It is ending on starting on 1/4/2016 and ending on 31/3/2018, even before this date. It is ending even before this date. Okay, and this is also 3 years before. Okay, this is
Yes,
also
sir.
3 years before. So
Yes,
here
sir.
again, these two same treatment will not consider. Okay, that's also you can just, so we have done this problem. You can see, go to the study material. You can compare with the answers here. And if you need any justification or something, you can see here. Okay. Okay. That's also, this problem is over. Now we will go for a break. Okay. I'll give you a dinner break. और फिर हम जब वापस आएंगे, we will do, I'll just show you. ठीक है, एक मिनट 1 minute. ठीक है, so यहाँ से हम will continue, right? So we'll say continue 9/4 9/20. ठीक है, so if you want, आप लोग चाहते हैं तो you can continue with this session, ये चालू रहेगा. Okay, so 9:20 PM, or if you want to join back, you can join back again. ठीक है, same link से join करना है, join करना है. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, so we'll continue. Okay, so next point जो हम देखेंगे, the next point is sale of asset used for scientific research. Okay, so here again the thing will be here. There are two ways to consider this. ठीक है, दो किस्म से तो consider कर सकते हैं. एक है you are selling it without having been used for any other purpose. That means आपने समझ लीजिए 2 साल साइंटिफिक रिसर्च किए, ठीक है, आप साइंटिफिक रिसर्च का पर्पस पूरा हो गया, राइट. इन 2 years your scientific research is over now. Okay, so what you can do from here is either include this asset in some existing block of asset, or second, shown by the red one, is you are just selling it off directly. Okay, so basically, right, the treatment which we have to learn is, one is, say this is 2 years. For 2 years you have used scientific asset. What, how many years? 2 years is just an example here. ठीक है, कितना भी साल हो सकता है, but you are using it for scientific purpose, and at the end of the period, so at the end of the period when your scientific purpose is over, now that you don't need that asset for scientific research. So in this time you can include this asset in any of your normal block, or you can sell it off directly. Or if you include it in your normal block, here you have included in the normal block, and from here then you have sold it off later. So what will be the treatment here? ठीक है, ये दो treatments देखना है हमको here. So now here, so one thing that is, say if you sell it without using it for any other purpose, ठीक है, that is when we said this, यहाँ पे जो the red line. Okay, the red line is you are just selling it off directly without using it for any other purpose. Okay, so what will happen here is your sale consideration to the extent of cost of asset is business income. Now again here, as I told you, remember when we did balancing charge and terminal depreciation, I told you that it will be used in many other things, the same concept. Okay, only difference is that the name will not be balancing charge and terminal depreciation, that's all. Okay, but the same idea will be used. This is one example, one such example: sale consideration to the extent of cost of such asset. Okay, so here we can say that the entire cost is depreciated, correct? So if you are selling it off, you are selling the asset off, okay, then to the extent of cost of asset it will be business income, correct? Because reason is, यानी यहाँ पे मैं बताता हूँ आपको, see your asset cost is 100. Okay, right, now we have depreciated 100. Okay, you have depreciated 100 means here for scientific research you have got entire deduction as 100. Okay, so now as per the idea of terminal depreciation, okay, as per the idea of, say, balancing charge, right, what we have seen is whatever deduction you have got here already, okay, to the extent of this deduction, if you sell the asset, whatever money you get, it will go to PGBP, correct? That was the concept. ठीक है, वहां पे भी वही concept हमने देखे थे. You say you have sold this asset for 120. This asset sales value is sold for 120. So up to 100, ठीक है, it is going to be charged under PGBP, correct? And 20 will be short-term capital gain. Okay, it's always called as short-term capital gain. Okay. So whenever you have a gain on any depreciable asset, that is called as short-term capital gain always. Okay. So ठीक है, समझ में आया ना? तो ये चीज होगा. तो ये आइडिया जो है बेसिकली इज व्हाट same as terminal depreciation. In terminal depreciation, that's what we used to say, that till how much it is depreciated, to that extent it will be PGBP. Now yeah, it is 100% depreciated, correct? So 100% of value of asset to the whole cost of asset, up to the whole cost of asset, it will be PGBP. ठीक है? और बाकी जो बचेगा, that will be, if it goes over that, it will be short term capital gain. ठीक है? समझ में आ गया? वही ये दो पॉइंट है, right? But it's not essential that your business must be in existence. Okay, right? One second. ठीक है, so ये हो गया. This is what without being used for any other purpose. Now second thing is you are using it for some other purpose. ठीक है? So sale considered. So what will happen? आपके block of assets में क्या होता है? What happens in block of assets? You have got opening WDV. Okay, opening WDV, and then you have got what? You are purchasing asset. Purchase. Okay, and then whatever is the balance here. Okay, then sale, deduct sale, correct? यहाँ पे हम क्या करते हैं? सेल को माइनस कर देते हैं, correct? And now whatever is this value, this is the value on which we calculate depreciation. Okay, so we call it WDV for depreciation purpose. Fine. ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा? यही हम करते हैं, right? So here what will happen? Whatever is the opening WDV of the block of asset, in which you are going to add this scientific research asset. Take that as usual. यहाँ purchase में आप क्या करोगे? Here just put a 0. This will be 0. Okay, it's 100% depreciated. No, if it's 100% depreciated, that means its written down value is 0. ठीक है? That's why it will be 0. Yeah. ठीक है? तो बस ये हो जाएगा, बस same thing. And now if you are selling this asset, if you are selling this asset later on, sale value will come here. That's all. Okay, clear? Okay. Now what we will do? And cost of acquisition is 0 on conversion of scientific research asset into normal business asset. Your cost of acquisition is nil. Okay, remember that your cost of acquisition will be nil because it is fully depreciated. Okay, so now let's see one more problem. Avishkar Enterprises purchased machinery for 5 lakhs as on 18/8/2020 for scientific research. ठीक है? मशीनरी परचेज किया 5 lakhs का on 18/8/2020. On 17/7/2021, okay, the research work is completed. ठीक है? 17/7/2021 को रिसर्च का काम खत्म हो गया. ठीक है? So it doesn't need that asset for research purpose anymore. Right? So what he did is on 31/3/2022, okay, the machinery is sold. Right? So normally you won't be able to sell it immediately, right? You will have to see who requires it and then you will sell. So he sold it on 31/3/2022 and sold it for, okay, they've given 2 prices to us. Okay, so one is 1 lakh. Case 1 is sold for 1 lakh. Case 2 is sold for 77 lakh. Okay. In both cases, they have given us 2 points. Okay. So 2 points here. After using the same for business purpose other than scientific research. Okay. So first point is after using for business purpose. Okay. They have included in normal block of assets. And WDV of the block was how much? 4,80,000. And see, depreciation rate is 15%. Fine. Okay, right? So this is the first one here. And sale value is 1 lakh. Or यहाँ पे sale value is 7 lakhs. But this point is same as point A there. Okay. You see this point. After using the same for business purpose, WDV is 4,80,000. Okay. Same point. Same as point A. The second is without using the same for any other purpose. ठीक है, ये अपने हमको करना है. चलते तो सबसे पहले फर्स्ट थिंग इज 17/7/2021 दैट इज PY 21-22 को रिसर्च वर्क खत्म हुआ, करेक्ट. और PY 21-22 को ही बेचा गया, राइट. सो पहले देखते हैं कि फर्स्ट डे ऑफ 21-22 जो है, ओके, we'll see 1st April 2021. What was the WDV of the asset? ठीक है. So यहाँ पे you can see 18/8/2020 is when they bought it. ठीक है, 18/8/2020. So ठीक है, जब लिए होंगे तब they would have taken the entire depreciation, correct. इस साल में जो लिए होंगे, इस साल के एंड में they would have claimed the entire depreciation, correct. So when WDV came on 1st April, ठीक है, तो ये 5 लाख जो है ये ऑलरेडी जीरो हो चुका था, करेक्ट, right. This 5 lakh was completely depreciated and what you got is zero, correct. ठीक है, WDV was zero on 1st April 2021. So अब हम देखते हैं, now we can solve this problem further. यहाँ से is there अच्छा ठीक है, नहीं WDV. So now ठीक है, तो ये इसको छोड़िए, इसका ब्लॉक जो है, ठीक है, इसके ब्लॉक का वो जीरो रहता, ठीक है. इसके whatever block is this asset in, that block would be zero, ठीक है. Now हम ये सॉल्व कर रहे हैं पहला पॉइंट, where this asset is going to be added to a new block जिसका WDV is 4,80,000. So WDV, when WDV is given, it means it is always at the first day of the previous year. ठीक है, so this is how much? 4,80,000. ठीक है, this is 4,80,000. ठीक है. But now you will say add purchase, ठीक है, purchase or acquisition of asset. So ये asset जब यहाँ जाएगा, ये वाला जो asset, ठीक है, it was fully depreciated. So this asset now if you are adding to this, you will add zero. ठीक है. So net value will also be 4,80,000 here. ठीक है. अब हम less sold, okay, क्या है, what is the sold sales value? यहाँ पे हमको दिया गया है 1 lakh, करेक्ट. केस 1 में it is 1 lakh. So अगर we will say okay 1 lakh, fine. So this block is already there, right? इसमें और दूसरे assets है. So that is why now your WDV for depreciation purpose will be how much? 3,80,000. समझ गए? डेप्रिसिएशन ऑफ 15% इस पे लगेगा, ठीक है। चलिए ये चीज यही सोल्यूशन में देखते हैं। Okay, so 1A and 2A they have solved together because ये both the points are exactly same. This A point is same, ठीक है। Only the sales value is different, that's all. Okay, तो चलिए so ऐसे ही करते हैं, let's do it that way. So opening WDV of the block is 4,80,000, both cases. Fine. And add addition, which is 0. Scientific research one is 0, right? And then next is less sales value. Okay. So sales value, what you will do here is, ठीक है, यहाँ पे जो sales value है that you will put, ठीक है। यहाँ पे कितना 1 lakh you have sold it for, correct? So ये हो जाएगा 1 lakh first case में, 4,80,000 minus 1 lakh will be your WDV for depreciation purpose. इसका you will take 15%. Okay, depreciation will be 15%, which will be 57,000, and this will be WDV after depreciation. Okay, right? And no short-term capital gain because assets, the block is still there, so no short-term capital gain here. Okay, and the second case, what you will do, okay, so here 4,80,000 is the cost of the block, and this is nil. And now sales, okay, you will only write sales to the extent of value remaining. Okay, ठीक है, तो ये जितना वैल्यू बचा है क्योंकि उतना ही आप इसको काटेंगे, only to the extent of this, and this will become nil, ठीक है। Okay, right? So यहाँ आप इसको, there is one more way you can write this, ठीक है। यहाँ you can just write the entire sale value, जो आपका 7 lakhs पूरा लिखिए, okay। Written down value for charging depreciation will be nil, ठीक है। ये nil हो जाएगा एक बार, once the value goes above this, above your asset value, ठीक है, then your WDV for charging depreciation will be nil. ये nil हो जाएगा, so depreciation will be nil, ठीक है। So last thing is, यहाँ पे आप 7,20,000 if you write here, and difference you can write as short term capital gain, ठीक है। इसको आप ऐसे लिख सकते हैं, short term capital gain, that's all, ठीक है, right? So ये हो गया, this is your case 1A, ठीक है। First case में you can see there is no short term capital gain. Second case में it is 2,20,000. Okay, चलो अब second वाला we'll see if it is directly sold off, correct? If it is directly sold off, क्या होगा, ठीक है। ये सब अपने को देखने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, okay? It's just the way it is written. First thing is, we know that total depreciation charged is how much? 5 lakhs, correct? पुराना एसेट हमने 5 लाख में खरीदे थे, right? That was the total deduction we got, 5 lakhs. So 5 lakhs deduction has been taken under PGBP. So if you sell the asset for 1 lakh, up to 5 lakhs, it will be PGBP income only. So 1 lakh is PGBP income. Here in the second case, you are selling it for 7 lakhs. Okay, up to 5 lakhs will be PGBP income, and 2 lakh will be short-term capital gain, correct? That's what we have discussed. ठीक है, करेक्ट? इसको एकदम सिंपल वे में लिखना है बस ऐसे, ओके। ये केस लॉ है, इसका कुछ मतलब नहीं आता कुछ, इट्स ऑलरेडी व्हाट वी नो। capital gain shall arise only if sale price exceeds the cost of asset held for scientific research. Okay, reason being ki entire cost you are getting is reduction. That's it. Okay. So now next what we are going to do is okay, expenditure on specified business. This is also a very important section. Okay. Expenditure on specified business 35 AD. Okay. So it is applicable to some specified businesses. Okay. Here is a list of such specified business. Okay. SSC, specified SSC is engaged in the business of setting up and operating a cold chain facility. पहला business हम देख रहे हैं, which is a cold chain facility. So basically, this is for storage, correct? Where it's what we in common word we call as cold storage, right? In common parlance. So इसमें बस फर्क ये होता है, just in cold chain facility you use temperature also for storing. For certain things you used some mechanized atmospheric conditions, like some gas and all you use, right? So nitrogen gas. Under nitrogen gas things don't spoil quickly. So in under nitrogen gas also you store certain things. There are different mechanized conditions in which you store. Okay. So together it is called as cold chain facility. Doesn't mean that it is fully using only temperature. ठीक है, तो पूरा का पूरा फ्रिज ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है उसमें. ठीक है, वो और भी आर्टिफिशियल कुछ चीजें भी यूज करते हैं फॉर स्टोरेज, राइट? दे यूज अदर थिंग्स आल्सो फॉर स्टोरेज. So for this specified business, whoever is conducting or running this specified business, that person is called as specified SSE. Okay, they're called as what? Specified SSE. So he is engaged in the business of, first thing we are seeing as setting up and operating a cold chain facility. Okay, so I'll just show you cold chain facility. I'd shown you earlier for something, I think. किस चीज के लिए? I don't know whether it's for OMSM or ठीक है. तो देखिए इस तरह से रहता है. This is how a cold chain facility looks. So people inside they use thermal wear. They have to wear thermal wear. ठीक है, temperature is sub-zero, right? So this is a cold chain facility. और एक cold chain facility है ठीक है. So you can see this is so cold, the vapor is coming, you can see, right? Maybe this is a cold chain facility. Okay, they're using some special vehicles. ठीक है, they have to wear thermal wear, उनको पहनना पड़ता है इसके लिए. Okay, so this is first one is cold chain facility. So why government for this deduction for this also is 100%. Okay, why government is giving deduction is there is a need for these facilities in India. There is a need for storage. There are lots of grains जो धान्य वगैरह हैं जो खराब हो जाते हैं पड़े पड़े, तो स्टोरेज फैसिलिटीज की बहुत जरूरत है इंडिया में. We need lots of storage facility. Okay, so setting up and operating a cold chain facility is first business, and then setting up and operating a warehousing facility for storage of agricultural produce. ठीक है, this is a warehouse. यानी ये भी cold chain facility जैसा ही है. Here you are not using any temperature and all that. ठीक है, आपका जैसे गोडाउन टाइप जैसे है उसमें आप स्टोर कर रहे हो, just storing it safely. That's called a warehouse. Okay, so क्या क्या हमने देखे? फर्स्ट टू इज व्हाट? कोल्ड चेन फैसिलिटी एंड वेयरहाउसिंग फैसिलिटी. ओके, ठीक है. देन थर्ड इज laying and operating a cross country natural gas, crude, petroleum, oil pipeline network. ठीक है, operating a cross country natural gas, petroleum pipeline network for distribution, source, store, including storage facility being an integral part. ठीक है, ये क्या है थर्ड वाला जो हमने देखे? ओके, व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज अ क्रॉस कंट्री पाइपलाइन. ठीक है, ये सब डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के लिए यू हैव टू build a cross country pipeline for natural gas, crude oil, petroleum distribution and all. Okay, so because now, ठीक है, they have to store it also somewhere in that only. ठीक है, जो reservoirs है वो भी आपके जहां लाइन से लग के ही रहेंगे ना reservoirs, where it is to be stored, because from there only it will get transported. Okay, so that's why it is laying and operating. इसको बोला जाता है लेइंग एंड ऑपरेटिंग. लेइंग यानी बिछाना, आप लाइन बिछा रहे हो. ऑपरेटिंग अ क्रॉस कंट्री नेचुरल गैस, क्रूड, पेट्रोलियम ऑयल पाइपलाइन नेटवर्क, इंक्लूडिंग स्टोरेज बीइंग एन इंटीग्रल पार्ट. ठीक है, तो ये मैं बताता हूँ आपको. सीधा ऑयल पाइपलाइन, फॉर डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ पाइपलाइन. ठीक है, for different use, there are different kinds of pipeline. See here, this is a oil pipeline. ठीक है, so ये सब, these are not in basically your they don't just run for 100-200 kilometers. All over the country ये जाता है these pipelines. Okay, so which is why ये जो है it's very costly. So you need to encourage people to come into this business. ठीक है, so that's why जो भी ये बिछा रहे हैं ना, सभी सब complete, they get 100% deduction from this, for this entire pipeline. Okay, then ठीक है, the next is, and here one more thing for pipeline, the project must be approved by the petroleum and natural gas regulatory board. ठीक है, ये important है इसमें. ये जो project जो है, it must be approved by petroleum and natural gas regulatory board and notified by central government. Okay, और फिर ये हो गया थर्ड वाला. This was the third. Then next is hotel of 2-star or above category. ठीक है, so basically we are saying building and operating in India a hotel of 2-star or above category as classified by the central government. ठीक है, this is for a hotel. याद रखना, this building and operating. And then another building and operating is hospital. Hospital with 100, at least 100 beds for patients. ठीक है, so these are all important businesses. Okay, that's why you are getting 100% deduction to attract people to come into this. Okay, then next is what? Developing and building a notified housing project under a scheme for slum redevelopment and rehabilitation framed by CGST, central government, state government. Okay, so it's a notified housing project for slum redevelopment. ठीक है, कोई आपका जो ये झोपड़पट्टी वगैरह जो होता है उनको अगर घरों में बसाते हैं, ऐसा कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स होते हैं जो गवर्नमेंट के. ओके, दिस इज दोस काइंड ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट्स कॉल्ड एज स्लम रीडेवलपमेंट. ठीक है, ओके. द नेक्स्ट इज developing and building a notified housing project under a scheme for affordable housing framed by CGST. ठीक है, ये जो है, दिस इज बेसिकली नोटिफाइड हाउसिंग प्रोजेक्ट अंडर स्कीम फॉर अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग। ये स्लम है, मतलब दे आर वेरी पुअर पीपल, ओके। ये झोपड़ी में रहने वाले लोग हैं, स्लम, ओके। So this is for them. This affordable housing is for lower middle class kind of people. Okay, they are not as poor as the slum dwellers. ठीक है, झोपड़ी में जो रहते हैं उतने पुअर नहीं है, बट दे आर स्टिल लोअर मिडिल क्लास। दैट इट, दिस स्कीम इज फॉर देम। ठीक है, और याद रखना है, नाम जो है ना, जो आप घर की बात जब हमने की है बनाने की, टॉकिंग अबाउट बिल्डिंग हाउसेस, सो इट्स डेवलपिंग एंड बिल्डिंग, ओके, and your hotel and hospital building and operating, ठीक है। और यार कोल्ड चेन सेटिंग अप एंड ऑपरेटिंग, कोल्ड चेन एंड वेयर हाउसिंग, ठीक है। और यहाँ पे भी दिस इज सेटिंग अप एंड ऑपरेटिंग ओनली, लेकिन लेइंग, क्योंकि जो पाइपलाइन को हम बिछाते हैं, करे बिछाना वर्ड यूज करते हैं, दैट्स व्हाई दे आर यूजिंग लेइंग, ओके। सो ये कुछ कीवर्ड्स हैं, ठीक है। इसमें मेन आपको क्या याद रखना है, ये सब जो नाम आपको मालूम होना चाहिए। वेयर हाउसिंग फैसिलिटी, क्रॉस कंट्री पेट्रोलियम नेटवर्क, ठीक है, विद स्टोरेज बीइंग इंटीग्रल पार्ट, और देन होटल ऑफ 2 स्टार, हॉस्पिटल विद 100 बेड्स, ठीक है, स्कीम फॉर सम रीडेवलपमेंट, स्कीम फॉर अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग, ठीक है। ये मेन चीजें यू शुड रिमेंबर, okay. So next is production of fertilizer, ठीक है। All these are very important priority 1 things, ठीक है। उसके बाद जो आपका क्या आया है, सेटिंग अप एंड ऑपरेटिंग एन इनलैंड कंटेनर डिपो और कंटेनर फ्रेट स्टेशन नोटिफाइड बाय कस्टम्स, ठीक है। इनलैंड कंटेनर डिपो और कंटेनर फ्रेट स्टेशन, ठीक है। सो दिस इज व्हाट, यहाँ पे जब कस्टम्स एक्ट का नाम आपको दिख रहा है, ठीक है, कस्टम्स एक्ट नेम इज देयर, दैट मींस इट मस्ट बी related to, normally it must be related to sea travel, ठीक है, sea travel, in some cases air travel, but mostly that's why customs word has come, right? So inland container depot जो होता है ना, ये सब ये स्टोरेज की जगह होती है, क्योंकि you know that sea traffic is very very high now, ठीक है। कई चीजें आती है समुद्र से, ओके, अब आ तो जाती है, उसको रखने के लिए भी जगह चाहिए, राइट? So that's why there is a need for warehousing, where people who can take up such business, they can store such things temporarily somewhere around the port, okay. That is called as inland container depot or container freight station. Like it looks like this, so this is your container depot. It's in a huge place actually, ठीक है। थोड़ा इन थोड़े दूरी मेरे बहुत फिर भी पास ही रहता है पोर्ट के, इट्स क्लोजर टू द पोर्ट, राइट, बिकॉज गुड्स आर मूव्ड फ्रॉम देयर। सो जो पोर्ट में जो चीजें आती है, सामान आ जाती है, वो सब यहाँ पे लगाए जाते हैं, ठीक है। सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज कंटेनर फ्रेट स्टेशन और कंटेनर डिपो, शॉर्ट में जैसे कंटेनर बोलते हैं, we call it container in short, okay. Okay, so this is your container. Then next is beekeeping and production of honey and beeswax, okay. ये मधुमक्खी पालन जो है, it's beekeeping and production of honey and beeswax. Next is laying up and operating a warehousing facility for storage of sugar, ठीक है, setting up and operating a warehousing facility for storage of sugar। तो ये पॉइंट को बिल्कुल आप सीधा ऊपर से जोड़ सकते हैं, इस warehousing for storage of sugar, ठीक है, ये warehousing के साथ, दिस इज फॉर एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोड्यूस, ठीक है। दिस वन इज फॉर एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोड्यूस, और ये जो है दिस इज फॉर स्टोरेज ऑफ शुगर, ठीक है, फॉर डिफरेंट डिफरेंट पर्पसेस. नेक्स्ट, laying and operating a slurry pipeline for transportation of iron ore. Okay, so इसका भी pipeline होता है, very much like your petroleum pipeline. Okay, but ये थोड़ा बहुत मजबूत बनाना पड़ता है इसको, because ये slurry को transport करता है, that is iron ore in molten form. ठीक है, so hot होता है, it is hot, so slurry is hot, that is molten iron ore. ठीक है, so that's why this has to be, ये थोड़ा मजबूत होता है, ये मैं बताता हूँ आपको जो स्लरी का कैसा होता है करके. It has to be very strong, of strong material. Okay, because molten material passes through it always. This is a slurry pipeline. As you can see, it's of special material you have to make. Okay, laying these lines countrywide is it's an extremely costly task. Okay, so yeah, this is one thing. Then okay, then next is setting up and operating semiconductor wafer fabrication manufacturing unit. Semiconductors होते हैं ना, chips जो बनाते हैं वो आपके, it's there in your mobile also, right? All memory chips and all that are made up of semiconductors. Okay, it should be notified by the board as per guidelines. Okay, this is for semiconductor wafer fabrication manufacturing unit. Semiconductor wafer manufacturing unit, that's all you can remember. ठीक है, बस ये लास्ट है हमारा, developing, maintaining and operating a new infrastructure facility. ठीक है, developing, maintaining and operating a new infrastructure facility by Indian company or consortium. Consortium means a group of companies, because most of these things are very costly, so one company cannot afford it, so a group of companies come together and do it. ठीक है, so developing, maintaining and operating a new infrastructure facility. Infrastructure है आपको जैसे मालूम है, it's all dams, roads, toll roads. ठीक है, all those things are infrastructures. ठीक है, by Indian company, authority, board, corporation having agreement with CGSG, local authority or statutory body. ठीक है, so this is the list of your specified business. ठीक है, ये जो आपका है ये, this is the basically the list of your specified business. ठीक है, so okay, so मैं एक बार आपको quickly I'll just tell you each one of these. ठीक है, one is, ठीक है, first two जो है, first two are storage. Okay, this is setting up and operating a cold chain facility. This is cold chain and this is warehouse. ठीक है, both are similar things, and there is one more warehouse for sugar here. ठीक है, तीन हो गए. One is warehouse for agricultural produce, one is for sugar, one is cold chain. Okay, fine. And then the pipeline is crude petroleum oil, one is one, and second is slurry वाला जो आपका iron ore का. ठीक है, you have the iron ore pipeline, slurry pipeline. Okay, ठीक है, along with the agricultural produce you can talk about beekeeping and production of honey and beeswax, right? With agricultural you can also think of fertilizer, right? And there are two things for building. Okay, one is 2-star or above category hotel, hospital with at least 100 beds. ठीक है, two building, और ये building में और दो हैं, these two are residential ones, ये दोनों commercial ones हैं, like not residential buildings. These two are residential buildings, slum redevelopment and affordable housing. चार यही हो गए. ठीक है, 4 are here itself. That's all. I mean, almost we are done. Then is an in container. ठीक है, semiconductor wafer, new infrastructure facility. ठीक है, these are the ones. Okay, तो ये अभी हमने क्या देखे, what have we seen? We have just seen the list of specified business under section 35 AD. Okay, so now next we'll see conditions to be satisfied. ठीक है, for deduction. For you are operating this, but there are some conditions also to be satisfied for deduction. Okay. So इसमें there are two parts. Okay, one is cross country oil pipeline. Okay, there was one point of oil, petroleum, natural gas pipeline, correct? Okay, so for that point, इस point को अलग रखा गया, all other business are together. Okay, so your oil, petroleum pipe, natural gas pipeline, that is one. There are some conditions for it, and for all others there are same conditions. Okay, so here it should be owned by Indian company or consortium or by an authority, board, corporation established under Central State Act. Okay, this can be owned by anyone. अच्छा, date of commencement of business याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है आपको. Okay, you don't need to remember it. For each of these business there is a different date of commencement. ठीक है, so whatever is the date on or after the date given in notes below, so each of these there is a date, so date को आपको याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, restriction on usage. ठीक है, there is no restriction here. In this business there is a restriction. ठीक है, he has to make such proportion of pipeline capacity, ठीक है, available for use on common carrier basis. So when if we are allowing him to lay petroleum network, the government is allowing it, then they have to let the common public use at least some part of it. ठीक है, common public has to use some part of it. ठीक है, so basically it is 1/4 for petroleum. So 1/4 of petroleum they will have to give to others. ठीक है, सारा वो यूज नहीं कर सकते. That is the condition here. Okay, so just make ये पूरा सेंटेंस का मतलब वही है कि here it is 1/4, इसका ये है 1/4 is for petroleum, 1/3 is for natural gas. We'll see that below. Okay, so they'll have to make it available for others to use it, common public. Okay, ठीक है, so that is the condition here, and here there is no condition in other businesses. Okay, then ठीक है, यहाँ तक के है आपका, ये तो बिजनेस में डिफरेंशिएशन till here. Okay, for these 4 points there is this differentiation. Main differentiation is what? This such portion, it should make available such portion of pipeline capacity as specified by petroleum and natural gas board. It is basically इसको पूरा काट के हम you can say, ठीक है, 1/4 petroleum and 1/3 natural gas. ठीक है, of the total pipeline जो भी है, make it available to common people. ठीक है, that is the thing here, and यहाँ पे लिख देते हैं make available to common people. Okay, चलो, तो till here it is over. Now अगर आप next नीचे हम देखेंगे, see now you don't have those two lines, correct? ठीक है, now this is ये जो line, this line is now this is merged now, correct? एक ही है अभी सबके लिए. Now this is for everything, all companies together. Okay, so now next point is new business not to be set up by splitting reconstruction of a business. ठीक है, should be a new business and plant and machinery should be new. No transfer of specified business of plant and machinery previously used. Okay, you cannot transfer previously used. Again, there is some tolerance limit इसके लिए. ठीक है, there are some exceptions. Plant and machinery is new if it is imported to India and depreciation has not been allowed under the Income Tax Act. Okay, and the SSC is the first user. So if it was used outside India, it is okay. if it was used outside India, but in India you are the first user. ठीक है, इंडिया में आप पहली बार यूज कर रहे हैं, फॉरेन में पहले यूज हुआ था, तो भी वो नया माना जाएगा, ठीक है, थोड़ा तो टॉलरेंस लिमिट लिटिल. ओके, एंड second thing is new plant and machinery. We also said that no transfer of plant and machinery, correct? But you can transfer old plant and machinery up to 20% of the total value. Up to 20% of total value of new plant and machinery used. That can be old. Up to 20% can be old. क्योंकि वो ऐसा एकदम से इतना नहीं कर सकते कि if someone comes to that business, they will have certain things and all which they would want to use here, correct? You cannot say that it will be 100% new. Okay, so these are the conditions about plant and machinery. Audit, books should be audited by CA. Okay. Quantum of deductions important, audited by CA. Quantum is 100% of capital expenditure, but capital expenditure should not include land, goodwill, or financial instrument. Okay, remember this is different here. Capital expenditure should not include land, goodwill, or financial instruments. And the second thing is for acquiring any capital asset, if you have made more than 10,000 payment of more than 10,000, okay, as you know, otherwise than by your account pay check and ECS, all that. Okay. So if you have paid in cash more than 10,000 to acquire a machinery, it will not be included. That holds good for everything. Okay. ये point यहाँ पे नहीं भी लिखते ना. So this holds good for everything. Okay. And then pre-commencement expenditure capitalized in the books of account. Okay, on the date of commencement allowed in the previous year of commencement. Here we're talking about pre-commencement expenditure. Okay, all expenditure before commencement, right? If it is capitalized in the books of account on the first day of commencement, that will be allowed, like your scientific research point. Okay, but there it was 3 years. Here no period has been mentioned. Okay, pre-commencement expenditure, there is no restriction. Okay. Okay. And then other points, a deduction is optional. SSE has to claim it, otherwise you won't get it. Okay. And no double deduction, that we know, right? Once this deduction is taken, you cannot take any other deduction for the same thing. Restriction of use of asset to be used only for specified business for 8 years, beginning with the previous year in which acquired or constructed. Okay, for 8 years. Okay, from the year in which it is acquired or constructed, you have to use it only for the specified business. Okay, okay, because now one person is running specified business, he'll have one normal business also. Correct. Then if he starts moving the assets, then there will be a problem. Correct. He has many advantages here, so then he'll try to take advantage of that, isn't it? So that's why he cannot, for 8 years, he cannot use that asset on which he has got 100% deduction for any other business. If used for other than specified business, then income chargeable under PGBP will be, if he has used it, say he has an asset of say 100. Okay, he got deduction of 100, he used it in the previous year. Now what amount will be chargeable to PGBP is 100 minus, because on taking this deduction he has let go of depreciation. Correct. Depreciation उसने छोड़ के deduction लिया, तो इसीलिए ये पूरा PGBP पे नहीं जाएगा, आप depreciation minus कर लेंगे. Suppose 3 साल हुआ है, 3 years हुआ है उसको, right? And say 10 is the depreciation per year. Deduct 30 and then 70 will be chargeable as PGBP. Whatever is the depreciation, notional depreciation, okay? That you will have to give him a we are giving him a credit for this basically. Okay, total deduction less depreciation that he would have got, okay, had he not gone for this. That will be his deemed income. Fine. And this reversal of deduction is not for sick industrial company. Okay, so this is basically, this reversal will not happen for sick industrial company. Fine. And then, so actual cost of asset for depreciation will be nil. Why? Because 100% deduction is there. Okay, the sum received or receivable. Okay, so sum received is business income. So basically the thing is like up to the asset value, the depreciation which you have got, which is 100% of asset value, till that amount, it will be business income. More than that will be capital gains. Correct? So again, same treatment as in your balancing charge. Carry forward and set off of losses. Losses on specified business can only be set off against profit of other specified business. Okay, you cannot use set off with normal business. Okay, unabsorbed loss can be carried forward against profits of any specified business in the next year and so on. Okay, so there is no limit for carry forward. Okay, you can keep on carrying forward it. Okay, then transfer of operation. So here this was one decision which was taken. If an SSC builds a hotel of 2-star or above category, okay, and he continues to own it but transfers operation to another person, okay, so then it was treated as condition is met. Okay, so he just transferred the operation to another person. Okay, that was deemed as okay if ownership is being held by him. Okay, right? Next is inter-unit transfer, where SSC has at least 2 units. Okay, yeah, 2 units hai, and say one is eligible, one is specified, one is non-specified. Okay, yes, 2 units, and one is specified and one is non-specified. Okay. He has at least 2 units, one is specified, one is non-specified. Goods or services are transferred from eligible to non-eligible unit. Okay, if he has transferred, is certain goods are being transferred, goods or services from eligible to non-eligible. Okay, and if the market value, what they are showing is different, market value is manipulated. Okay, then deduction shall be computed assuming transfer at market value. Okay, then they will assume transfer at market value. Okay, why this happens is, okay, there are lots of deductions, and if he has another business, then there is a chance that he can inflate the prices and supply to this business. Okay, price बड़ा के यहाँ भेजेगा. Okay, so उसका पूरा deduction यहाँ मिल जाएगा. He will get all deductions here. Correct. So it will be an artificial procedure by which दो business है अगर उसके, say he has got, this is the specified business and so this is his normal business. Okay, this is normal business. Okay, so what he will do is, now both these business are under his control. Okay, so he'll be buying lots of things which is required. He'll inflate the cost and transfer to this. Okay, and here he is going to get complete deduction, 100% deduction. Correct? That's how he'll get more benefit. So that is what is being said, that if anything which is transferred, if it is above market value, then transaction will be assumed at market value only. ठीक है? Okay. So these are the dates of commencement of all those other businesses. ठीक है? These are all dates you did not, इसको याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है और याद होंगे भी नहीं. Okay. So ठीक है, ये पूछेंगे भी नहीं वो लोग. They will not ask this as well. Correct? These are all things for which you will have material even after you become professionals. You should not just know where to search. ठीक है? अच्छा, यहाँ पे मीनिंग ऑफ एसोसिएटेड पर्सन, दो तीन चीजों का मीनिंग बताया गया है. ओके, वन इज एसोसिएटेड पर्सन. ठीक है, व्हाट इज एन एसोसिएटेड पर्सन? Person who participates directly or indirectly through one or more intermediaries in the management or control or capital of the SSC. ठीक है, तो ये जो associated, whom you will call as an associated person. ठीक है, यहाँ पे तो वो person से associated कौन है? Person, ठीक है, who directly or indirectly or through one or more intermediaries, okay, in the management or control or capital of the SSC. ठीक है, he basically participates in the management or control or capital. ठीक है. Second is holds 20% or more equity capital, who appoints half of the board members or members of governing board or one or more executive directors. Mere appointing power is not sufficient. ठीक है, उसने अपॉइंट किया होना चाहिए. It's not sufficient that he has power to appoint. Okay. Guarantee is not less than 10% of total borrowings. ये चार चीज होने से that person is called as an associated person. ठीक है, it's called as an associated person. Now cold chain facility, this is the definition of that. Storage or transportation of agricultural or forest produce, meat and meat products, poultry, marine and dairy products, products of horticulture, floriculture, apiculture. ठीक है, और horticulture आपका ये है जो नर्सरी वगैरह बोलते हैं ना, जो what we call as nurseries. Okay, that comes under horticulture. Floriculture is culturing of flowers. ठीक है, apiculture is another word for beekeeping. मधुमक्खी पालन जो है ना, उसका एक और वर्ड है apiculture. The same thing. ठीक है, and then processed food items under scientifically controlled conditions including refrigeration and other facilities. ये सब आता है cold chain facilities में. Okay, and ठीक है, market value for goods or services, इसमें कुछ भी दम नहीं है. Okay, so if sold or supplied, तो ओपन मार्केट वैल्यू है. इफ अक्वायर्ड ऑल्सो, दैट इज ओपन मार्केट वैल्यू. यहां बोल रहे हैं इफ सोल्ड इन द ओपन मार्केट, ठीक है, देन इट इज ओपन मार्केट वैल्यू. इफ अक्वायर्ड एट इन ओपन मार्केट, देन ओपन मार्केट वैल्यू. सो बेसिकली इन बोथ केसेस इट इज ओपन मार्केट वैल्यू, which is your market value for goods or services. Okay, ठीक है. देन हाँ, ये है हमारा पेट्रोलियम एंड नेचुरल गैस कंडीशंस फॉर कॉमन करियर. सो इतना प्रोपोर्शन जो है ना, ठीक है, यहाँ पे देखिए एसोसिएटेड पर्सन जो है ना, वो उसी के लिए वी हैव डिफाइंड एसोसिएटेड पर्सन अदर देन एसएससी और एसोसिएटेड पर्सन. अदर देन एसएससी और एसोसिएटेड पर्सन, इट शुड बी अवेलेबल फॉर यूज ऑन अ कॉमन करियर बेसिस. ठीक है, किसी को भी यूज के लिए यू शुड make it available. ठीक है, so here petroleum is 1/4 and natural gas is 1/3. ठीक है, fine. Last thing है infrastructure facility, which we have to define. फिर आ जाता है हमारा next section. ठीक है, so in infrastructure facility, it is a road including toll road, bridge or rail system. ठीक है, और ये सारी जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रिलेटेड चीजें होती है. हाईवे प्रोजेक्ट इंक्लूडिंग हाउसिंग और अदर एक्टिविटीज बीइंग द इंटीग्रल पार्ट water supply project, water treatment, irrigation, sanitation, sewage system, solid waste management system, ठीक है, पोर्ट, एयरपोर्ट, ये सब सारी चीजें आपके इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फैसिलिटी में आ जाती है। ओके, ये कुछ भी बनाना, इनमें से कुछ भी बनाना, दैट कम्स अंडर डेवलपिंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फैसिलिटी। ठीक है, ये सब चीज ऐसा सच वैसे का वैसे याद करने की जरूरत नहीं, बस अब वैसे ये कॉमन सेंस यूज करके भी just see infrastructure में what all things come, just remember those things. Okay, rail system, toll road or bridge, okay, things which are very very straight away you can identify those things. You see infrastructure examples everywhere around you. Okay, इसको ऐसे याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है, and you don't have to give these points also. Okay, but you should be able to list out at least 7-8 of it if anyone asks. ठीक है, अपने वर्ड्स में बोलना है, ऐसे कैसे रहना है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, इट्स नॉट दैट, शुड बी लाइक दिस। ओके, सो नाउ वी विल गो फॉर अनदर ब्रेक। ठीक है, कम बैक एट 10:30। ओके,
Okay, sir.
Okay, so welcome back. Let's continue. Next is amortization of telecom license fee. Okay, this is the next section 35 ABB, right? This is also applicable to all SSCs. Okay, we'll just do little introduction of this section. We'll do one problem and then we'll continue tomorrow. Okay. So here now conditions to be satisfied. SSC has incurred capital expenditure for acquiring any right to operate telecommunication services. Okay, so this is what telecommunication services is. Telecom, like we hear about telecom spectrum, right? So this is similar telecom license fee. Okay, this is similar to telecom spectrum. Okay, it gives them right over that much telecom. Okay, an area of telecom business. Okay, right. So now, like currently, who are the major players in telecom? It's Reliance and Airtel, right? Fine. So as SSC conditions to be satisfied, SSC has incurred capital expenditure for acquiring any right to operate telecommunication services. Then second thing is payment for such expenditure has actually been made. So this deduction is on payment basis. Remember that this deduction is on payment basis. Okay. Now, expenditure may be incurred before or after commencement of business. Revenue expenditure is not eligible, but you can claim deduction under section 37(1), okay, which is the residuary section. So this deduction is for capital expenditure on acquiring license. Okay. So let's see. Okay. What is the deduction? So deduction is actual expenditure incurred and paid shall be allowed as deduction in equal installments over the period of the license. Okay, मतलब अगर लाइसेंस का पीरियड है 8 साल 8 years, so आपको जितना भी आपने लाइसेंस में खर्चा किए हैं लाइसेंस टेलीकॉम लाइसेंस में, okay, for example you have spent 8 lakhs in purchasing that license, so you can get the deduction in 8 years if the license period is 8 years. If the license period is 4 years, then you will have to take deduction in 4 years. Okay, if the license period is 14 years, you'll have to take deduction in 14 years. You don't have the choice. Okay, whatever is the period of the license, you have to take it in that many installments. ठीक है, choice नहीं है हमारे पास इसमें. Okay, then चलिए let's see case and deduction. Okay, first is if paid before commencement of business, that is you have acquired license before commencement of business. Okay, then you'll get deduction from when the previous year in which business has commenced. Okay, and when license is acquired after commencement of business or in any other case, both these together. Okay, you'll get deduction from previous year in which license fee has actually been paid. Okay, whenever you have paid the fees from that previous year, you will get deduction till the end of the license life. Right? No depreciation is allowed here also, because you are getting entire deduction here. ठीक है, so इसको ले बस ये देखने के लिए हमारे जो है, अगर license fee is paid before commencement and per license is acquired after commencement and then fee is paid. Okay, so in those, for these things we'll see one problem, and before that, if full license is sold, same treatment as done for balancing charge. Okay, full license अगर आपने बेच दिए, ठीक है, so जितना to the extent you have taken deduction, Okay, that much will be PGBP income, rest will be capital gains. Okay, so same treatment as your balancing charge. If license is transferred on amalgamation or demerger, okay, if amalgamation or demerger happens, then the next company, the succeeding company can get deduction for the remaining period, right? ठीक है, यानी आपका जैसे कंपनी ए से amalgamation हुआ है from A to B. Now total license period is 8 years. Okay, for 3 years A had taken deduction. Now B can take for the remaining 5 years. Okay. Similarly, deduction is also available under section 35ABA for spectrum. Okay. So there's another section called 35ABA. Okay. Usme spectrum के लिए मिलता है. Okay. So it's exactly the same. The way you treat telecom license, same way you will treat spectrum. कुछ भी difference नहीं. Okay. Same difference. That is ABA. This is ABB. ओके, चलिए इसका एक प्रॉब्लम हम देखते हैं. Okay, Telfast Limited, a company providing telecommunication services, obtains a telecom license on 24/2021 for 10 years, which ends on 31/3/2031. Okay, 10 years license they have taken. Right, license fee is 18 lakhs. Find the amount of deduction under section 35 ABB if, okay, they have given us 3 conditions and we have to find the deduction. One is entire amount is paid on 6/5/2021. So इसमें first case में telecom license is obtained on 24/2021. Okay, April, and amount is paid in on 6/5/2021. Okay, in the same previous year they have paid, correct? So now they will get it for 10 years. 10 years तक मिलेगा. कैसे? यानी यहाँ पे आप अगर देखोगे गौर से तो this is from 24 ending on 31/3. So license का period is little bit होता है 10 दिन आगे पीछे. Okay, so you don't have to see exact 10 years as such. ठीक है. So if you see from 1 April onwards 2021, then 2022, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, 31 is 10 years. Fine. So मतलब 21-22 को they'll get 1/10 of the deduction. So 18 lakhs अगर है total, if you divide it by 10, it will be 1.8 lakhs, correct? So 1.8 lakhs he'll get in all 10 years in the first case. Okay, तो चलिए इतना देखते हैं पहले. Okay, so this is the taxation, so deduction in previous year. Now this is 21-22, this is 22-23, and this is 23-24 to 30-31, 8 years. Okay, so you can just see here 1.8 lakhs. This is just 1.8 lakhs, right? जो हमने जो बोले थे, it would be what? 18 lakhs, 18, correct? तो ये अगर 18/10 करेंगे, okay, so we'll get 1,80,000, okay, or it's 1.8 lakhs in short. ठीक है, so यहाँ पे 1.8 lakhs, here you'll get 1.8 lakhs, and in the remaining 10 years, 8 years, you'll get 1.8 lakhs. That covers your केस ए हो गया पूरा हमारा. Now let's see what is case B. And case B, entire amount is paid on 1/4/2022. Correct. So if it is 1/4/2022, यानी आपका पहला साल के बाद देना चालू किया. Correct.
9 years.
9 years. Correct. ठीक है. So 9 years तक दिया है उसने. तो इसको कैसे हम करेंगे ट्रीट कि 9 years में हम इसको स्प्लिट करेंगे. ओके. ये 18 years 18 lakhs है. ओके.
18 lakh divided by 9.
9, which will be 2 lakhs. ठीक है. So this will become basically 18 lakhs divided by 9. Okay. मतलब it will be 18 lakhs upon 9, which is 2 lakhs. Okay. And you have not paid anything in 2021-22. Deduction is on payment basis. Correct. So you will not get any deduction here. Okay. Here you will not get any deduction. Fine. And from here onwards you will get 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs. Okay. Fine. So then ये हो गया second. Now third one is the entire amount is paid in equal installments. Entire amount is paid in equal installments on 30/4/2021. First one is in year 2021. Okay. Then this is 2022 and 2023. Okay. So यहाँ पे जो देगा equal installments बोला है. तो 3 equal installments में 3 बार दिया है उसने. Correct. That means he has paid in 3 equal installments. So it would be basically in the first year he has paid 6 lakhs. Correct. In the second year again he has paid 6 lakhs. In the third year he has paid 6 lakhs. Correct. So each of 3, okay, for each of these 3 you will get separate deductions. Okay. So this 6 lakhs he has started from the first year. Correct. So ये पूरे 10 साल मिलेगा इसका. So 6 lakhs
60,000.
60,000. Correct. And then the next one he'll get for 9 lakhs. So this इसको मैं 10 लिखता हूँ. This is for 9 years and this is for 8 years. Okay. This is how you will get deduction. तो basically ये क्या होता है, ये कैसे होगा, इसको यहाँ बनाते हैं. Okay, so this will be 60,000 and this will be 66,667 and this will be 75,000. ठीक है. This is how ये होगा. तो basically इसको देखते हैं अपन. Okay, so yeah, here is the first installment. ठीक है. 60, 60, 60. Second one, nothing on the first year, then 66,667. Okay. This is 8 years basically, next 8 years. Okay. Okay, so this is next 8 years. Okay. So here, so next one will start from, last one will start from 75,000 here. So installments which he has to pay is 60,000 here. Here he has to pay these two. Add the two, you will get 126, 1,26,667. The third one, you have to add this. Third one onwards, you will have to continue to do this. Okay. Add the 3 and just continue the same way till the 10th year. So third till 10th year, it will be 2,01,667. ठीक है. So ये हो गया हमारा, ये एक प्रॉब्लम आज हो गया. ठीक है. Then we will do 2 more problems, this is 14 and 17 in our next lecture. Okay. So we'll do it in the next lecture. Fine. So that's all now for today. Okay. Thank you.